I've waited so long to film this video, I'm actually quite nervous. Just in case you haven't seen my last video, I'm going to do a very quick update. Hi, my name's Melis and I've got polycystic ovary syndrome, which is known as PCOS for short. One of the symptoms is excess hair growth, and on me I particularly get it on my chin area. I had fine hair on my chin. If you looked really close, you could see that it was slightly dark in colour, so I decided to wax it, and then it grew back 10 times worse. That's when I went to the doctors and I was diagnosed with PCOS, and this all happened when I was 20 years old, so this was around 5-6 years ago. Then a friend of mine recommended to get electrolysis done, which is permanent hair removal done with a very tiny needle. It's as thin as a hair because the needle is inserted into the hair follicle and then it is cauterized, so they burn the root of the hair to stop blood supply coming to the hair. Eventually the hair won't grow back. My friend also recommended a lady who does it, so I went to her for 1.5 years. The hair was still there, it wasn't completely finished after 1.5 years. I did see good results because at first I was going every 2 weeks and I was having 15-minute sessions done, and then after 1.5 years I only needed a 10-minute session because there was less hair, and I didn't need to go in every 2 weeks. I was going in once every couple months. Then I decided to become a beauty therapist and I got a job in a beauty clinic. Me and one of my colleagues had to train in the laser machine that we had there, and we had to practice laser on each other until we were confident to do customers. Just through practicing on my body, I saw a good amount of hair reduction, so I got brave and I told her that she can practice on my face. So we started with the upper lip, and then again I saw a good amount of hair reduction on my upper lip, so I told her that she can practice on my chin. And I had a few hairs on my neck here, and even though we were practicing, it wasn't done like every 2 weeks. It was just done whenever we had time. Obviously we weren't going to practice forever, so we got confident and we started to do customers. Then my mum got a home Philips IPL laser kit, and I thought, oh, I might as well try that as well. I did that every 1 to 2 weeks and I did it around 6 times. I'm now gonna insert a picture of what my chin area was looking like at this point. So if you look at the picture, I was so happy. There was, I mean, with flash, you could see 1 or 2 hairs, which is amazing. I was so happy. It looked so clear. So that's when I decided, all right, I've done enough to my face. I don't need to do laser sessions anymore, so I stopped. However, my hair grew back, and it grew back 10 million times worse. Like, it's never looked that bad in my entire life. Even when I first waxed my chin, it didn't look that bad. I'm actually gonna apologize to you and to myself because I don't know what caused it. I'm so sorry, but I don't know what has caused this. I don't know if it's the home Philips IPL laser that caused this. I don't know if it's the laser that we used in the salon. I don't know if it works better on the body than it does on the face. I don't know if it's because I shaved. I don't know if it's because we were practicing at first, so the sessions weren't done on proper times, but then I did do it proper times with the home laser kit. I don't know if it's something internal. I don't know if it's just because my PCOS is playing up. If I got laser done everywhere, I don't know if it would have worked or if it would have made it worse. So because I didn't know what caused this, I definitely knew that I wanted to go back to electrolysis. Another reason why I preferred electrolysis is because if you look at the first picture that I showed you, I had no hair and then hair. So you could clearly see a patch that was treated. I personally do not want to touch the sides of my face. Even though I have fine hair there, I have been dealing with my facial hair for so long, I don't want to have to deal with even more hair than I am dealing with already. I didn't go back to the same lady that I went to the first time round. A friend of mine recommended someone else who lived a bit closer to me because the first lady I went to lived quite far. I also took pictures of what your face will look like straight after electrolysis and what your face will look like in the healing process, because it can look quite scary if you don't know what it's going to look like. I'm going to insert a picture of what it looks like straight after that session. Now this was a 1 hour session that I spent with her. If you see any sort of green colour, that's just the aloe vera product that she applied after. When your skin heals, what happens is the hairs that have been treated, it scabs over, because that's how your skin heals. You know, when you cut yourself, it scabs over, your skin heals underneath and then the scab falls off naturally. And this is the same process. So you have loads of little dots of where the treatment has been done, your skin scabs over, do not pick these scabs off because you will scar. You need to leave the skin to do its own thing. It does feel itchy, and when I went to itch I would forget and I would scratch some of the scabs off by accident. My aftercare was to apply antiseptic cream for the next 3-4 days and around 3 times a day if I could, or you could apply aloe vera to help with the healing as well. Because I know what is happening, I would go out and not care if people are looking at it. People were looking at it, people thought I had some sort of infection. You can cover it with makeup to some extent. I didn't want my face to look like this at work, so I would cover it. I would use my 100% mineral makeup. I personally use the one by Jane Iredale. It helps with the healing as well. It's antibacterial, it's got sun protection in there, so that's what I personally use, and that helped a lot. Those scabs, depending on how fast your skin heals, it can take 1 to 2 weeks. It all depends on how fast your skin heals. So I think mine, it would last a week, and then the scabs would have fallen off after a week. So the second time round of electrolysis, I have been getting it done again for around 1.5 years. I have to get sessions done every 2 weeks, and I need a half an hour session, and sometimes half an hour isn't enough to remove the hair. That is how bad it has become. I'm gonna insert a picture of what my face looks like right now after another 1.5 years sessions of electrolysis. So this is what it looks like now. I personally can see a clear reduction of hair. The hair on the chin has been treated the most, and for the longest time, so I feel like the hair on the chin is pretty much clearing up really well. The new hair that has come, so I feel like the vellus hair, which is the peach fuzz, has turned into terminal hair. That hair hasn't been treated as many times it has on other areas, so I feel like that area is going to be the last one to clear up, and that's why I need to go every 2 weeks, whereas if I was just going for my chin, I wouldn't have had to go every 2 weeks. And another thing I'm confused about is my upper lip. I only did laser through practice on the upper lip, and then I didn't touch the upper lip again. Only recently I've been getting thicker hair, but I haven't stimulated hair growth anywhere around the upper lip, which I'm a bit confused about. I don't know. I try to make notes of every electrolysis session I've had with dates, just so I know how many I've had. I'm hoping that I've written every one down, but so far, the second time round, I'm not counting what I've done before. The second time round of electrolysis, so for the past 1.5 years, I have had 22 sessions. I'm now going to calculate how much money I have spent. So it's around £40 for half an hour this lady charges. £40 times, I'm going to times it by 21 and then add another £50 because my first session with this lady was £50. She spent an hour with me. That comes to a total of £890. That's nearly £900 that I've spent on my face so far, and I've still got maybe another 6 months or maybe longer. The lady who does my electrolysis has moved abroad. I'm really upset about that, but yeah, I need to find somewhere else to get it done. But while she moved abroad, I thought, let me leave my hair, let it grow, and let me just see if I'm getting results, because when you go every 2 weeks, you think you're getting results, but you're going every 2 weeks, and that's why. So the last treatment I had was in April, which was around 2 months ago. So this is 2 months worth of hair, and I feel like I do see a difference. In terms of pain, I have quite a high pain threshold. I personally don't think it's that bad. Some people cannot bear the pain. They find it extremely painful, and some people are fine with it. So it just depends on pain tolerance. It also depends on the area. The chin, I personally don't find it painful. The neck, that is very sensitive. Even though I told her not to touch it, she said there's 1 or 2 hairs that are very long and I really want to get rid of it. I said, all right, go for it. This area here is so painful, I cannot describe. I'm so happy that I'm not bothered by the hair on this area because it is very painful, especially you know that muscle there. As soon as she did it, I noticed that I was clenching, to deal with the pain. It's so painful. When I was at work, I met a customer who had experienced something similar to me, but she doesn't have PCOS. This customer doesn't have any sort of hormone imbalance. She naturally, just through genetics, had fine hair on her face, and it was a little bit dark, and she went and got laser done. For her, again, it went 10 times worse than what it was before. This girl is now getting electrolysis done. This customer went to a specialist and they told her that she has had paradoxical hair regrowth. I think it's called that. I went and googled it, and it sounds like something that I have experienced, but I don't want to diagnose myself with it. It's a rare side effect that's caused after you've had something like laser. They also did an experiment in 2005 where they had 489 patients who did laser. 3 people got paradoxical laser hair stimulation. It's annoying if I do have it, because if it's rare, like why me? If you have been diagnosed with PCOS or some sort of hormone imbalance that causes excess hair growth, my advice to you is do not listen to anybody's advice about hair removal unless they are a trained and experienced professional. Like if they have had experience working on people with PCOS or a hormone imbalance, because I find that with my experience, nobody understands how much PCOS affects my body in terms of hair growth. I'm not even going into the other symptoms. With hair growth, my body does not respond the same way as it does with someone else who doesn't have a hormone imbalance. I have had so many people tell me you should thread your face, wax your face, you should use this cream, or you should use this product, or you should do it naturally with these products. Or they're like, I've been waxing for 4 years and it's been thinner. Before laser, I waxed for 4 years and my hair didn't get any thinner. I had hair underneath my belly button, I waxed it, it got 10 times worse. I had hair on my chin, I waxed it, it got 10 times worse. Yeah, my arms aren't hairy, but I know that if I wax this, it will grow back 10 times worse, because that is what I've experienced everywhere else. If you're watching this and you have PCOS, we're still not the same. There are so many different types of PCOS and so many different life factors that can be involved. My only advice is you know your body better than anybody else. Just because laser hair removal made my hair worse, just for the face, it hasn't made it worse on the body, but laser hair removal on the face, personally, it made the hair worse. Electrolysis works better for me. If you are a specialist and a professional in this field and you may know of what has caused this, please let me know down below as well. But yeah, this is my experience as an update video. I hope you found it helpful and useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.